Over the weekend, I was able to go to Taller Puertorriqueño's 6th annual Latin American Book Fair. Taller Puertorriqueño has been in Philadelphia for 50 years, putting on display artists from the diaspora as well as other Latin American artists and hosting a bunch of great after-school programs for the youth. They also have the only bilingual bookstore inside of their building, which they beautifully named Julia de Burgos. So if you know, and if you don't, Google her. Get your Googlers, because she is a prominent Puerto Rican author. And they help. This is their 6th annual, and I was able to go. And the best part, it's for free. So it was a lot of kid-centered events as well as great authors, and that's how I came into this week's author. Trigger warning: these are Cynthia's experiences, and some of her poetry does discuss some physical abuse that she has experienced. Of course, in my space, I could relate to that particular poem, but just wanted to put it out there for any of those who may be sensitive to those type of topics. There is some heavy language. One of my favorite poems that Cynthia writes is El Maletín, and she dedicates it to her mom. Her mom, in this, where we can all recognize if we grew up in that Latina experience where their hearts are here and their hearts are in their motherland. So it goes, I'm here in my usual place, packed, as I watch her unfold the false promise of an American wet dream, my unpolished leathery skin gashed from the alley fights with the corner of the closet. I am her still life, burdened with duty to carry immigration documents, birth certificates, cash. No clothing, no photographs. She lives on the edge of a fast-moving stream, not quite drowning, towing the line with her bare hands, waiting for nothing to arrive, with me balanced atop her head as water reaches above her chin. I tattoo the trauma of running escape, a militarized Quisqueya, stretch my toes to the claps of my mouth, raise my voice but fear, for my metal knees buck and beg her to stop running, desperate not to scream, tickling her fickle fingertips to remember her secrets shake me quiet, erasing the memory of the chains of her people. She is in constant state of running, and though we have never ran away, she never really unpacked. At any moment, we can be gone. And she sources, I believe, inspiration from Sonia Sanchez, I've Been a Woman. I love her style of writing, her descriptiveness, and her poetry. Very beautifully written. Like I said, I wanted to highlight some of my favorites out of the 47 collections that she has in here. Another one of my favorites, I don't know why it made me laugh, but also like stop for pause. It's called Por si acaso me encuentras por ahí, a guide. 1. Always carry my ID in case my body is found in a ditch. This body is a carcass of catcallers and bruised egos. 2. My favorite time of day is right after I eat, when the underside of my belly has settled its contents. 3. I peel first, then the second layer of an orange, so each bite is actually as sweet. My friends are all extensions of my future selves. 4. If you're tall, you will awkwardly watch me push my glasses up my nose to really see you. 5. On moonlit nights, boleros take me by the hand and sway me ba-da-da-da-ba across cracked sidewalks. 6. Most often, I'm judging you. Carajo, I get it, de mami. Anxiety grinds my teeth at night. The dust of my head blots my dreams. Maybe that's why I'm blind in my sleep. 7. My sadness is a needy bitch, a child calling for help, or maybe a hug, a trauma from a long ago, to be listened to, understood, seen, cared for, spoiled, enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed this because, again, it's called, if in case you find me a guide, but I feel like it's also like this pulling in of, let me give you some steps of who I am, if you truly care, to like pull in and really get to know me. And I just, since reading this book, I've always loved this particular poem, and it really, really like resonated with me. And growing up in another city, riddled with poverty, she has a lot of poetry that also is a discussion on those systems. And another poem that gravitated towards me, the little social service / social worker in me, was Hunger Number 1, and it's dedicated to welfare. This morning I screamed into the green, empty pockets of my jeans, eyes wide shut, curtains of blue forced open with fans, windy in nails and dust, morning's yearn structure, the white of diplomas, weaves of solitary webs in boxes. It costs more to be without. How many degrees to be fed? How many languages to be considered? How many years of experience? This should be the end of this misery, the agony of guessing next meals, watching the world pass me by, a busy, anonymous inspect nipping at my ears, my stomach growls constantly. Consecrated pupils watch the rush of time, another paycheck gone, nevertheless, robbed and stolen and yanked by classism, tongue and chow. I've done my best in this zip code, and at last, I want to shed my skin, start anew, color myself in pollen like the mink on my coat to be fed for the air. Let the soliloquy drip on the walls, distract me from the inbox of bills, dance on the crack of cement floors, peek the green of a salary on the horizon, to crawl myself into seated position, plead and bleed for another day to survive. I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. When I cannot be. My choice to live another life should not be a death wish. To crave another world should not be a trap. To desire an existence outside the monetary, to have choice when my family is created, but I am hungry for life right now. Whew. As a recent, somewhat still in poverty, but not really any series of events and a hard achoo could still get me there. I resonated with this poem. I know that I have had food insecurity in my adulthood. Looked to my degree and was like, they told me to go get you. They told me that this would pay for a better life, and it ain't paying. So this poem definitely resonated with me in so many ways. It got me to that space that I once was, and it also brought a spirit of gratitude of where I'm at. One of the things I do in the morning before getting up, before praying, is I affirm and I give thanks, like the roof over my head, the bed that I'm in, the partner that I have, and the fact that I'm able to feed myself, because I recognize that once upon a time I could not. Oh, Cynthia, that poem, that really drove home for me. So this is her debut book. I look forward to when she does write that novel that she shared with me at her table. I give this book a 5-star read. Like, it's a quick read, but like, if you really want to settle in on some of the words, it does take you some time to like, it takes you to certain places. It really does help you travel if you can share in those experiences. I really enjoyed this book. And I also enjoyed the experience and the exchange that I had with her. Like I said, I do look forward to the novel that she puts out, because I recognize that she's going to put a lot of her own experiences into it. So I am going to be on the lookout when that novel comes. But until now, I have this book, I have your collection, and it's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for spending another Wednesday con Wilma. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, read what entertains you.